Falling on your feet, do you finally see what you're missing?
In today's video, I'm going to share with you my review and thoughts about the new Huda Beauty Easy Blur foundation and also the Easy Blur primer from the same brand. This is not a first impression. I have put those products to a good test. Huda Beauty has released her new foundation that is coming in a squeezy tube. This is the outer packaging. Of course, I keep it upside down. I got the shade Chai 21B. There is a whole long story about this shade or about this foundation because I ordered initially Dolce Leche, if I'm not wrong. I will put the shade on the screen because I placed the order online. And when I received it, I thought this is not my shade. I thought it is too yellow because you can see the shade here. Went to the store, swatch it. I will insert swatches. I like more neutral undertone. I don't like pink, I don't like yellow. So if I don't find neutral undertone, then it might be a problem in matching. And at the Sephora store where I went, I tested then various shades because I wanted to exchange it. And I thought this is going to match me, the Chai. But my unlucky day was that they don't have in the store, so they told me to try to another store, but I was too lazy to do so, and I thought another shade might match me. So in the first part of the video you are going to see all the tests I did with the shade Cashew, which is lighter than the one that I had previously. How stupid it could be. But yeah, in the store lights sometimes are different, but if you look at the picture on the hand, swatches tell everything because I took the picture outside of the store. So what they did, they give me the new shade, but they also gave me the small tester. So they said, test it. If you don't like it, go to the other store and exchange it. They have this one on stock. Long story short, this was happening on Monday. I came home and I started to try those new products. I went with the Easy Blur primer and I tested on the hand. As you can see, the hand looks nice, mattified. They also claim that this primer doesn't have silicone, which is a good and bad thing because silicone helps to smooth the texture and also helps products that you add on top glide on beautifully. So this is a silicone-free ultra blurring primer that is good for your skin and it's so easy to use. Our Easy Blur primer is packed with blurry polymers that help instantly control excess oil, smooth texture and blur pores. It's a 100% silicone-free formula infused with antioxidant-rich plant-derived complex of glycerin. Our blend of polymer instantly blurs the appearance of pores and smooths texture, leaving skin prepped for an even makeup application. I applied the primer on this side of the face. And then I went with the foundation, but in the lighter shade, in the shade Cashew. This is not a filter. Our Easy Blur foundation is a weightless, real filter foundation that's ultra blurring and smoothing for an easy airbrushed finish, with a medium to buildable coverage for foolproof, seamless, easy application. What it does, this serum-like foundation is formulated with 1.5% skin smoothing niacinamide and pore blurring silica for the most natural airbrushed finish. So this is one of the reasons that I wanted to try this foundation, because it has good ingredients for my skin or for your skin. What are the main highlights of the foundation? 1.5% niacinamide, fragrance and alcohol-free, non-comedogenic and lightweight and melts on skin. As you can tell, after I've applied it, it didn't look well. First, because the shade was wrong and you could see everything, all the pores were highlighted by the foundation, but also the foundation was goopy. Instead of helping, I thought the primer was emphasizing more the texture on the face. Moreover, you can say that when you see half-half comparison, I looked like I was preparing to do my makeup for Halloween. Testing now the foundation when on the side of the face where I did not apply any primer, and I blended with sponge. I thought it looked better. I also did not apply any setting powder. I just went and applied bronzer. I had her bronzer from the same collection, Easy Bake. This is Easy Bake and Snatch. Wait, no, this is not a bronzer, this is a setting powder, but I got a wrong shade. And I have this in the shade Coffee Cake. You can tell that it gives a nice warmth to the face because this is really a bronzer shade to me. It's not a setting powder, but one thing I noticed while I was playing with this, that it also comes with a puff. So if you have the right shade of the setting powder, because you cannot apply a bronzer with a puff, it won't look flattering, I think you can use this to do some touch-ups. And also it's written here, Huda Beauty. So I thought this is a nice touch. Then you have this one which seems to be refillable, the product. Don't see my camera, which by the way it's acting weirdly. I don't know exactly if it is because of the card or because of the camera, but I'm starting to record and then it stops recording. So first it was just recording 2-3 seconds, then I went, reformatted the card, it worked better, maybe 10 minutes, then it started again, stop. I'm really not happy with what's happening with my camera. My belief is that this camera is destroying SD cards. So I might probably go for another camera, or maybe for a while I'm going to record with my new to-be phone, which I haven't purchased yet, but I'm about to do so. Next I went with this Milani powder blush and I applied it on the point of the cheeks because I didn't want it to add any other powder, but I wanted to give some dimension to the face. By the end of the day, I was surprised to see that the foundation looked pretty damn good on my face without setting it. And also, I don't know how in the earth I forget to mention all the time in the beginning or at the beginning of the video that my skin is oily combination. I'm 45 plus years old and I do need foundations to not settle into my fine lines, do not emphasize my pores, and also to not look like I just roasted an egg on my face because I tend to get greasy quite often. So this is my main concern about the foundation, and one of 3 things was checked because I didn't look like I've been just coming out from the kitchen, and without setting it, I'm just not able to complain about this claim. It's really long lasting, and I do believe that if you are under 35 or under 30 and don't have so much texture on your face, I think it will even look better on you. Next day, I wanted to test the actual primer. I went and applied this primer to whole of my face. And to one side of the face, I've applied one of my holy grail foundations, the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Foundation. This I have it in the shade 1C2 and it's a true match for my skin tone. And to the other side, I have applied the regular Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation in the shade Cashew. And even though maybe camera won't show everything, the reality, I wanted to let you know that the primer looks and works better with the Laura Mercier than it does with the foundation that it was supposed to work with. At least in my case, please always take this with a grain of salt because we are all different and all the deeds, all the impressions that I'm sharing with you are to my own skin, to my own complexion. So just keep that in mind and do not throw tomatoes on me. What I wanted to say about the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation. Now this comes in 29 shades I have seen on Sephora website, but I was checking on her website and there are 30 shades, so I don't know whom to believe. But I also seen that on Huda Beauty website they have the mini size, which I didn't see on Sephora yet. But what I missed to tell you is that yesterday I went to the other Sephora and finally I got this shade Chai 21B, and today I have applied it to my face. I used different primers, so I used on the right side of the cheek the E.L.F liquid poreless primer. Then is when the camera stopped recording, so I didn't capture that moment. And to the other side I have used the E.L.F. Halo Glow liquid filter. And this is how it looks like. I strongly believe that in my case foundation and primer do not do a good job. So if it is your case, if you have tried this and it's working for you, please do share that with me. I am not happy actually with the purchase. The foundation, I like it, but I'm not so happy with this primer. I want to say that for the money that I paid for it, I was hoping that it will bring me more joy when I'm using it, that it actually does. Just to guide you through the tutorial, because you see that I have a full face of makeup. So next, after I applied the foundation, I went with the Fenty Beauty Concealer, which is quite light to me as I'm right now because I got a little bit of tan. And I went and set the face with the Catrice powder, and then I have set also the concealer with the Beauty Hydra powder. Next I went just with a powder bronzer. I didn't want to add any cream for the purpose of having still this to the test, and I have used the Tarte Park Ave Princess. It's one of my holy grail bronzers, and it looks really natural. It's very easy to blend, fluttering for more mature skin. At the time I'm recording, Tarte had an offer with 50% if you choose 4 products. I was tempted to purchase a few more things, but then I said I have a lot of Tarte products. Let's focus on other things because I still have a long list to purchase. And for my cheeks, I used the HAUS Labs Cream blush, which it wasn't such a good idea to apply it on top of the powder bronzer, but I managed to blend it afterwards. And for my eyes, I went with the M Cosmetics Faded Clementine eyeshadow palette. This I received it in Trend Mood box, and right now I've seen that Trend Mood it's building another box. I hope I will not be tempted to try it. I'm laughing because I'm trying to say this sentence for the 4th time in a row. Those are the shades, and I went first with this shade on my crease, Faded Clementine actually. I went with a Sonia G Blender Pro and took this shade because this brush is really amazing on fading and blending perfectly your eyeshadow. And then on the outer V I took this shade on a Rephr 26. For the lower lashes I got the bronzer, the Tarte bronzer, and run it because I wanted to have more neutral and give more dimension to the lower lashes. And on the lid I have applied this shade. Then I went with the lighter shade from the inner corner towards middle of the eye. And what I did not show you on camera is that I went with the Milani 3-in-1 liner. I went with this burgundy shade and I ran that through my waterline. And with the black liner, I just emphasized a bit of a wing. Then I used my all-time favorite Rephr eyelash curler and the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. You are going to see me using this mascara for a long time because I really love it. As I mentioned, this is a big difference between the European version that I tried a while ago and this one that is coming from USA. So I know that L'Oreal does that. It's not the first time when I'm seeing a difference in products that L'Oreal produces for North America compared with Europe. And for my lips I also used a combo of from L'Oreal Color Riche Le Lip Liner in the shade Bois de Rose with this Color Riche Matte in the shade 640 Erotic. I have glasses beside me but I didn't put them on, so I'm struggling to read. Really nice shade. To wrap up this video, do I recommend the Easy Blur foundation from Huda Beauty and the Easy Blur primer? I would say skip the primer. Sorry to say that, but I don't see anything special on this primer. If you want a good primer, try this one from E.L.F. It's much more affordable and looks gorgeous on your skin. Also, you can use this one with this foundation because the foundation being matte, this gives a little bit of a luminosity. Also, I forgot to add highlighter. I don't know what happened to me, but lately I'm forgetting to add highlighter. Maybe I can do it while I'm talking to you because you can use this as a highlighter. And For the foundation, I'm not very mad about it. It's not a bad foundation. It is really long lasting, and I want to say that it's one of the worst foundation to shade match. As you could see, I wasn't able to match myself online, which, to be honest, I'm pretty good on that. Exchanging 2 shades to get the right shade, it says something to me. I'm back again because I have just retested today those 2 products. I think that everything has blended and looks pretty natural. So I would say that the disastrous result that I had on the first day of testing was, first, of course, the shade of the foundation, which was obviously not the right shade for me. And the second thing, it was the fact that I blended with a brush. So keep in mind that you might need to blend this product, this foundation, with a beauty sponge that helps much better to distribute and absorb the excess product. Overall, I think I have tried better foundations from the drugstore. But if you're on the market for a product that it's not only makeup, but also it's infused with skincare, that we know it helps to some point, but it's not replacing your skincare, then I would say go and give it a try. And maybe you can try the smaller version, because if you are like me and have 50 plus foundations, for sure, adding another full size to your collection, it's not going to help on using up your product. But yeah, you guys, I want to hear from you now. If you agree with me on those claims, or if you have a different opinion about this, please do not hesitate to share that with me. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm going to see you really soon with another video. Bye!